This is your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Tuesday, April 2nd. Thanks for joining us. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. The Barbados government tightens the screws on criminals in a bid to restore order on the streets. With an unprecedented 20 murders for the year so far, 12 gun-related, Attorney General Dale Marshall tabled changes to the Bail Act this morning. As a result, anyone facing a murder charge will only be considered for bail after they have spent 24 months in custody.
Some may argue that there is no magic in 24 months. Some people have suggested to us that we should make it 36. Some people have suggested to us that we shouldn't give them bail at all. But we still have a duty to maintain an orderly society where rights of individuals are balanced. One of our big challenges, sir, has to do, in fact, perhaps the principal challenge with this bail issue has to do with the length of time it takes for criminal cases to be completed. And we therefore have taken decisions, and I'm not going to go into them now because I've spoken about them ad nauseum. We've taken decisions which we feel will bring about a significant shortening of the time between an individual being charged and an individual being tried. And we feel that when once those measures kick in, that there can be no good reason why a trial of any indictable matter should not be able to take place in the ordinary course of things in anything under 24 months.
The AG also announced a gun amnesty which begins this Saturday, April 7 and ends on April 13 at midnight. In a clear warning to criminals that the government means business, Marshall stressed they are determined to get guns off the streets and there will be no coddling of criminals.
If you have ammunition that you know you have no lawful reason to have, take it to any police station, day or night, no questions asked. If you have guns, parts of guns, any police station, day or night, no questions asked. And if you know, and you can go and get your hands on it, take it to a police station too, sir. But 1 week. 1 week, sir. And it is 1 week because the criminal element in this society has to understand that we mean business. A government is elected for the purpose of protecting the citizens.
In her contribution to the debate, Prime Minister Mia Mottley again pleaded to the nation's youth to put down the guns, lamenting that there appears to be little respect and regard for human life. She warned that a gun does not leave a margin of error and there is no turning back once the trigger is pulled, stressing that her government will do all in its power to arrest the crime scourge. She appealed to Barbadians to take a stand against crime.
What lies before us is a determination that we need to be able to manage our families, our communities, and our country in such a way that people understand that violence under any rubric, but particular gun violence, is something that should be banished from these shores if all right-thinking Barbadians can work together to do so.
Opposition leader Bishop Joseph Atherley broadly supported the measures taken today. He, however, called for changes to the Bail Act to be reviewed while adopting a wait-and-see approach to the gun amnesty.
I support the measure here today. I recognize that in a sense we are circumscribing the rights of the individual. But if I understand our constitutional stipulations and if I understand how our laws work within the context of the justice system, we're doing something to protect the interests of society. And I suggest that it is something which, after time, should be reviewed to see its impact and its effect. And therefore, I want to support that. I heard all that the Attorney General said with reference to amnesty. If amnesty is where you want to go, it's worked some places and other places not work. And if that's where you want to go, well, fine. I don't know that I understand that a week is long enough. but we'll see what happens.
In other news this Tuesday, a 3-week vacation in Barbados ended in tragedy for a Canadian couple. 60-year-old Robert Earl Mayo of St. John's, Newfoundland, drowned at Batsrot Beach in St. James this morning. He arrived on the island on March 27 with his wife, Tori Mayo, and their 2 friends. He was scheduled to leave on April 20th. According to police, Mayo went swimming around 10:30 a.m. and got into difficulty. A jet ski operator alerted the lifeguard on duty, who rescued him from the water. Efforts were made to resuscitate Mayo, but they were unsuccessful. He was pronounced dead at the scene by the police medical officer. Police are asking anyone who can assist with the investigations to contact police emergency at 211 or any police station. There were grand celebrations for Vida Llewellyn Grace today, the island's newest centenarian. The former cook, who worked at the former Holiday Inn until her retirement in her early 70s, was surrounded by family, friends and loved ones, and Governor General Dame Sandra Mason for the big occasion. Grace told reporters she was happy to reach her milestone.
I don't got no pain on it. Like some people that say, well, if you say you got a relative, you can look out for around a week or 2 before Christmas. So you say come out with a little, you know, stuffy, I'm feeling it. Not sick, not a cold, but this, like, have a cough or so. But when you use a Christmas morning, you gotta get with church fries in the beat.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, Caribbean Airlines is set to begin a non-stop service from Barbados to Jamaica from April 15. The route is still subject to government approval, but is set to run every Monday and Friday. CAL's Chief Executive Officer Gavin Madera said the launch of this twice-weekly non-stop service between Kingston and Bridgetown is a direct response to feedback from their valued customers. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., William Billy Griffith, said Bridgetown is looking forward to the additional 300 seats that this new service will bring. And on the international scene, British Prime Minister Theresa May will ask the EU for an extension to the Brexit deadline to break the deadlock in Parliament. The PM says she wants to meet with Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn to agree on a plan to guide the future relationship with the EU. But she insisted her withdrawal agreement, which was voted down last week, would remain part of the deal.
I've always been clear that we could make a success of no deal in the long term. But leaving with a deal is the best solution. So we will need a further extension of Article 50, one that is as short as possible and which ends when we pass a deal. And we need to be clear what such an extension is for, to ensure we leave in a timely and orderly way. This debate, this division, cannot drag on much longer. It is putting members of Parliament and everyone else under immense pressure, and it is doing damage to our politics. Despite the best efforts of MPs, the process that the House of Commons has tried to lead has not come up with an answer.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.